everybody and welcome to Akshata's Recipes. Thank you so much for stopping by. It is really a delight and it's something which is very simple to make. So it's a super simple recipe like I said, and the end result is simply delicious. So let's just dive straight into today's recipe and in today's video. So let's start with today's lovely Goan sweet recipe, Tizaan. So now these are the ingredients. As you can see, just 3 ingredients. Now here I'm taking about 1 cup of coconut milk. Now you can extract fresh coconut milk. I have just used some powder coconut and put it in some hot water. This is 3/4 of a cup of Goa Jaggery which I've grated. We're going to use a pinch of salt. This is about 1/2 cup of nachni flour or ragi flour, which is easily available, and it also has the husks because they grind it along with the husks, so that's much more healthier than rather soaking the nachni and then extracting the juice and then throwing away the husk. So this is easily available in any general store. Just ask them for ragi flour or nachni, and then we're going to use some water. Now here I have a pan, I have a whisk and a long wooden spoon. So let's just begin with today's very simple and very delicious and healthy recipe. So here I'm just going to add a little water at a time, and I'm going to make a paste. Now we don't want a very thick paste, but it should be a kind of a runny paste, but little on the thicker side. We don't want it to be very, very watery. So to 1/2 cup of this nachni flour, I'm going to be adding about 3/4 of the cup of water. Whisk it well so that there are no lumps in the paste. Now once we finish whisking with this, we're just going to set it aside for about 5 to 10 minutes. We want a very smooth paste. Like this. So it just flows like a very thin dosa batter. Now we're going to add a pinch of salt to this nachni paste. Again, stir it in, and now keep it aside for about 5 to 10 minutes. Now we're going to add our grated jaggery to our coconut milk. And either we're using a spoon or a whisk, we're going to whisk it in. But I like to use my hands. So with my fingers, I can just crush all of the Goa jaggery into this coconut milk. That is the best way to ensure that all of the jaggery is nicely dissolved. Of course, ensure that your hands are clean. Now we did the same thing in the dal recipe, if you remember. For those of you who haven't seen my Goan dal recipe, I will leave a link for it below, and I will leave a link for all of the other Goan sweet recipes that I have uploaded on my channel. So now I'm going to put the heat on the pan on a very low to medium heat, and I'm going to add the coconut and jaggery mixture to the pan. And now I'm just going to stir the nachni or the ragi mixture as well and add it to the pan. Now we're just going to stir this for about 5 minutes on a low to medium flame till it becomes into a thick porridge consistency. We don't want to thicken it very much like how it was with the dal, but we want it to have a very, a kind of a porridge consistency. Now this Tizaan is given mostly to people who are, a little bit anemic, or who are just getting well, or someone who's running a fever. And it's also given to small children as well as new moms, because this is very rich. Ragi or nachni is very rich in iron and calcium. So anyone who's anemic, or if you have deficiency of iron, then you should incorporate nachni or ragi in some form in your diet. I also have a recipe for my nachni bhakri. I will link that also below. You can use, you go and check out that recipe. So these are the natural ways of increasing iron for those of you who have a deficiency of iron. So this is a very, very healthy porridge, and even small children are given this because it's easy for them to just swallow it. Of course, you shouldn't have this in too much of it, but in a moderate amount is good. So that's our tizaan already, and you can either have it piping hot or you can serve it chilled if you like it that way. So let's see today's lovely recipe. Now here I've taken 1 cup of rice, washed it really well and soaked it in 3 cups of water for 5 hours. I'm using regular kolam rice. You can use even Goa rice. Now after 5 hours, we're going to drain all the water and we're going to transfer the rice to a mixer jar. To that I'm going to add 3/4 cup of grated coconut, 1/4 teaspoon of salt, 3 teaspoons of sugar, and 1/4 cup of water, and we're going to grind this to a coarse paste. We don't want it to be a very fine paste, but a coarse paste like this. Now I'm going to heat a non-stick pan, and I'm just going to gently brush it with a little bit of ghee. You can also use oil. Now see that your pan is nice and hot. And now we're going to pour 4 teaspoons of the mixture in the center. And then you're just going to cover this for about half a minute and cook it on a medium flame. After half a minute, you will see some bubbles or holes or some perforations on the top. That means our Koiloreo is already ready, but we're just going to cook it for 1 minute, and after 1 minute just loosen the edges and transfer it to a plate. We're not going to turn it over and cook it on the other side. We're going to continue doing this with the rest of the batter. So with this amount of batter, I got 4 Koiloreos. These are really delicious. They can be had all by themselves. But I'm going to show you this special ros or dip which goes fantastically well with it, and this is how it is traditionally eaten. So now in the same pan, I'm going to heat the pan and add half a cup of grated Goa Jaggery. Now if you don't have Goa Jaggery, you can use regular Jaggery. I'm going to add 1/4 cup of water and I'm going to dissolve all of the Jaggery really well. We don't want any granules, but we want a very smooth syrup. So take your time with stirring it. Now to add more flavor, I'm going to add half a teaspoon of cardamom powder or elaichi powder. So I've used 2 cardamoms. Mix all of that well. And then I'm just going to add half a cup of coconut milk. Stir all of this really well, and I'm going to add a 1/4 teaspoon or 1/4 teaspoon of salt. Stir all of this really well for a whole minute till it thickens. Now our mixture is almost ready. Let it come to a boil and then put it off and let it completely cool to room temperature. Once it is cooled down, you're just going to transfer it to a small bowl or a cup. And our Koiloreos are ready. Our lovely ros is ready. So now I'll show you how we're going to enjoy this. So just take a small bit of the Koiloreo and dip it into this lovely ros and enjoy it. So do give this recipe a try, guys, and I'll catch you soon in my next video. Bye. So let's see the recipe. So here I've taken about half a cup of chana dal, and I'm going to wash it well under some running water, at least thrice. First, you will find that the water is very milky or murky. So till you get some clear water, you need to wash this chana dal well. And then we're going to soak this in about 2 cups of water for at least 3 to 4 hours. The chana dal needs to soak for at least 2 to 3 hours or 3 to 4 hours. Now after 3 to 4 hours, we're going to drain all that water, and then we're going to add this to a pan, and we're going to add 2 cups of water, and we're going to bring this to a boil. Now I'm also going to add my cashew nuts at this point. Now you will get this thick, foamy, white kind of layer on the top of the mixture. So keep removing that, ensuring that neither the dal nor the cashew nuts come into that, only the whitish soapy water. You need to remove all that. Now the dal is cooked well. So for checking it, you just take one of the grains of the dal and you just have to press the dal and between your thumb and your forefinger, and you will notice that it easily crushes up like this. That means your dal is ready. So now we can add this rice paste that I've prepared. I've just taken the rice flour, added a little bit of water, and I'm just going to whisk it till we get a nice smooth kind of paste. So what this rice paste does is it also gives this Vonn a little bit of thickness rather than a watery consistency. Now I'm also going to add a pinch of salt. We're going to mix all of this well. Now I'm going to add my jaggery. Now it was very difficult for me to get Goa jaggery over here. I did try my best, but if you can get Goa jaggery, then the black or the dark brownish color, then please use that. It gives a beautiful taste. I did try in several places, but I was not able to get the Goa jaggery, so I'm just using the regular jaggery that we use at home. Now I'm going to add my rice paste, and we're going to stir this nicely. So now you can see that the mixture has thickened a bit. Now we're just going to add our cardamom powder or elaichi powder. This gives a lovely flavor to this sweet dish. We have to keep on stirring on a low to medium flame. Now you can see how the dal has nicely cooked very, very well. Now it's time to add the thick coconut milk. And we're going to continue stirring. Now once you add the coconut milk, we're just going to let the mixture boil. And once it comes to a boil, we're just going to keep it for about 2 minutes. And then we're going to turn off the heat and let the mixture come to room temperature. And that's it. The Vonn or soji is ready. You can see how the mixture has thickened up. You can actually see the particles of dal and the cashew nuts also. Now you can transfer this to a serving bowl. Now this quantity that I made is enough for 4 people. So if you want to make more, you can double the quantity. So this you can have piping hot, which I like to, or you can also have it chilled. It tastes great both ways. today's recipe as well as today's video, and if you would like to see more videos like this, then don't forget to leave this video a big thumbs up. Also, by clicking the thumbs up icon. Also, don't forget to subscribe to my channel and become a part of Akshata's recipes. Once you have subscribed, there is a small little bell icon that will pop up, so just click on that. That way, whenever I put up a new recipe or a new video, you get a message for the same. So on that note, I'll say bye and I'll catch you in my next video sooner than you think. This is Akshata saying bye, take care, stay healthy, stay fit, be kind and loving to one another. So till we meet again, bye.